What's good, y'all? Blacksmith here, and today we're here to talk about Evil Dead Burn. Serving as a sequel to 2023's Evil Dead Rise and the sixth movie in the Evil Dead franchise, Evil Dead Burn pretty much continues the story where Evil Dead Rise left off, but with a brand new cast of characters. Now, as happy as I am not having to wait a whole decade for a sequel like I had to with Evil Dead Rise, I'm here to answer the big question: was this movie worth creating and continuing the story over? Let's talk about it. Evil Dead Burn follows a woman who lost her husband in a tragic accident and reunites with his side of the family to grieve. But the reunion is short-lived when the family members start turning into deadites and the young woman has to fight to survive. And that's pretty much the plot, so let's talk about some pros and cons. The first pro I want to talk about, the production. And when I say production, I'm not only talking about on the technical side, I'm talking about the execution of everything from the practical effects to the camera work. And this movie had some amazing camera work, from the overhead shots to the ground dolly shots. It was amazing to look at. It seems as if they had a big focus on movement when it came to the story, and it shows in the best way possible. And the special effects in this movie were really cool to look at too. They seem to have a good balance of practical effects and CGI, but either way, it was amazing to look at. And when it comes to the violent effects in this movie, they did a fantastic job with that too. Ever since 2013's Evil Dead reboot, they've had their usual level of violence that was made from that movie since then. And they've always had that one scene and that one moment that just turns your gut and just makes you cringe with disgust. And they have one in this movie too, so they didn't leave that out. And that's all the pros I have, so now let's get into some cons. The first con I want to talk about, the story. And depending on how you look at it, this may or may not be a con to you, but it is to me, because the story was pretty much the same as it was with Evil Dead Rise. A family finds a Necronomicon and gets taken over by the Deadites. We've seen this already. The only good thing you could say about it was its execution, but that's not really saying much, seeing as it was executed almost the same way as any other of the Evil Dead movies. You could pick out different elements of how it was executed from the previous movies. And while we're talking about the story, we can also talk about the characters and add that as the next con. Just like with Evil Dead Rise, the main character is a woman going through a struggle and the family turns into deadites. It's like they took the same plot line as Evil Dead Rise and just changed the family dynamic up a bit and added different family characters. It's like watching the same wheel move in a different direction. And that's all I got when it comes to this movie. The Evil Dead franchise has never really been too deep of a series to have to break down on a practical level. But I will say, with this movie, it doesn't seem as if they reinvented anything when it comes to the story, but they did reinvent how a Evil Dead movie could make you feel when it comes to its execution. As a lifelong Evil Dead fan, I can say that I was satisfied, but if you're going into this looking for something deeper and meaningful, you're probably not going to find it here, especially if you've seen previous Evil Dead movies. It's pretty much the same thing. So even though this isn't my favorite Evil Dead movie, it is enough to appeal to fans of the franchise and casual horror movie fans. Thanks for checking out my review. Let me know if you plan on seeing this movie. Let me know if you've already seen it and what you thought about it. Let me know what you thought about my review, and give this video a like and your boy a follow. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, peace.